Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Optimus Frank, and for this review I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy Megatron. And, well, I mean, there are things I like about this Megatron, things that I don't like, but, you know, it is a Megatron. It's worth a review, I think. I also have, which I'll show my Siege Megatron too, just to do some comparisons. But before I do any of that, let me just... Before I get into any of Megatron the Bot, I do want to show off the packaging. And what's interesting about this packaging is the first thing is, well, let's just look at the artwork. This is Megatron. I guess he's plotting against the Ark. It looks like they're in the Nemesis, and they're about to pursue. They're planning to pursue, or they're searching for where the Ark went. So it does tell a story. On the other side, we have Megatron in both his modes. Give you a better look there. My light's in the way. Maybe no. Let me give you a closer look here. You have you can change him in 21 steps. This is him. There's his alternate mode, and on the side you have that Earthrise artwork, and there's a Galvatron there. One thing I do want to point out for the packaging, I find it weird that they use Siege Megatron, and show you what I mean. Siege Megatron has this shoulder detail here in this backpack, and he also has these little dots here on the side. And this Earthrise Megatron has neither, really. So I wonder why they did that. I'm not sure. Maybe they had some artwork lying around. They figured they'd reuse just to give a quick packaging and then send it off. But yeah, he has none of those features on the back of his backpack, nor on his helmet. Just a little detail there. But I mean, that even tells more about this picture here. It seems like they haven't gotten to Earth yet, and they're pursuing the Autobots, or they're in search of where the Ark went. So I'm sure Netflix will fill in the blanks, or maybe not. I'm not sure. So let's talk about Earthrise from top to bottom in relation to the Siege Megatron. And the first major difference for me is the head. I mean, there are differences. For example, this little crown here, his helmet, it goes, if it points upward in the center, and this one points downward in the center. Also, like I mentioned earlier, there's more detail here with those two little dots on the side, kind of like these speaker holes, I'm not sure, to his helmet. And he just has just a solid, maybe some little plastic damage there, but he just has like there's really just a shape to his helmet. There's definitely more detail to his helmet, and facial expressions. I mean, there are differences. He has a bigger face. You can see, because of his helmet pointing downwards, you see less of his eyebrows there, right above his, I guess, his second eyebrows. You know, right above his regular eyebrow. And then here, you see it more because the crown is facing upwards. So it's definitely more visible in Siege. Think of it this way. If you were this Optimus, you know, the one that got his butt whooped, and you're fighting on Courage alone, who would you fight? Would you fight Earthrise Megatron? Would you fight Siege Megatron? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I would probably fight Earthrise Megatron. He looks less meaner. Yeah, I'm a klutz today and dropping these left and right. So the siege damage on this one is more on the chest and the arms, and there's nothing on the upper body here. I guess they're doing less siege damage. Yet he has some in the legs here, some damage. I believe that's because he's a tank, and a rough and tough tank tread. A rough and tough tank, and it shows mostly on the tank treads here on the back and stuff. So you'll see that more later in his other form. But I think he needed some more. This looks like a blank canvas here and on his chest, and there are, you know, there's more to the chest, but there's really not. I mean, it's the same detail, but I don't know. I think the siege damage on this chest makes it look better. This one it's just too blank to me. And I know they aim for the cartoon G1, and these abs are really good. I mean, this chest is wider too than the Siege, but I think there's more detail in the abs, and I like how they did the abs in the Earthrise and the Siege. Other than that, he has the same arms, the same legs. Well, not necessarily has the same feet. His legs are different because they went from Cybertronian, I guess, jet treads or whatever, if you don't want to call it treads. He's a jet tank or a hover tank. And here we have these Earth, apparently D16. I don't know my tanks. D16 tank treads, which, you know, I think the tank treads are awesome. They look great. Again, I like how they, and you'll see in the transformation, when you transform these tank treads connect, they snap in together, whereas this is more Cybertronian in the sense that you have 4 sets of tank treads. Or they're not really treads, they're just like 4 should be tank treads or hover treads. They're broken up into like 4 different sections, and you'll see the difference in the transformation. So they fixed this here. This used to just go down, and I'll show you what I mean. This goes down easily. Sometimes you can just leave it up. And if this is, I think they tightened this up. And actually, the difference is here is you see these little plastic things preventing from going up. So it'll just keep them just like that, just pop it up and that's it. This one, you know, you have this whole, you could probably fit a headmaster in here, you know, but yeah, so they fixed that. They really didn't fix the loose ankle tilts, you know, and he has that here too, just a little, you know, they really didn't fix it. I guess one side works better than the other. There it is right there. So what else did they do with this? The backpack, let's turn them around. Yeah, those tank treads are definitely bigger. And you know, I gotta say it has more detail on these tank treads than these here, because they just added siege damage on this one, which it looks nice. Before I go on with the transformation, I just wanted to comment on their weapons. This, I believe, is the Earthrise weapon, and here is the siege weapon, and there are differences. Earthrise is a longer weapon by a little bit, by a hair, well, a little bit. You know, it has like a little extra length on the barrel there. There is more detail though on the Cybertronian Siege. Get a closer look. This is the Siege ion cannon. Yep, and yeah, it definitely looks more Cybertronian with the more detail and stuff. They both are flush to fit on. And before you transform, you'll see how flush they fit on each arm. But yeah, this is definitely, it has this this smoother cylinder, smoother barrel here, and then it also has like these kind of like, I don't know, it seems like an adjustment, a way to adjust the scope. You know, that little, I don't know, that little rigidness to it. You know, these other weapons here. Let's look at Earthrise's sword apparatus here, and I'm not sure what to call this, but it looks like a shield, a sword, a blade on one side, a cannon on the other. And this panel does come off for his transformation, but it could be just some kind of blunt, sharp instrument, versatile. I'm not sure what to really call it, but it does look kind of funky. I don't know. I'm not too. When you compare this to the Siege extra weapon, I do love this better. It just has this sniper appeal to it. And I mean, this one really, it's just one piece of plastic besides from this, and this is as articulate as it gets, but you definitely have more options with this Siege, and I'll show you what I mean for those of you that don't have one. First, you pry it off. You can twist the sides, and actually this is like one piece, so you can't just twist one side. And it turns into a sword, it turns into this, and you can bend this back and it turns to a sniper of sorts. So you can pretty much put it any way you'd like, but yeah, I do love the detail on this even the scope and the barrel. You know, you have those 2 stripes here and you have 3 stripes here, but I know, I just love this. It just gives him this sniper tank look, and that's pretty awesome. And you know, the sword is pretty good too. You know, you just bend it back, fold it together here, and you could put this on any way you'd like, really, but I do like the sword too, as it's just one blade. If you want to open it up, it could be a cannon too. So I like this one better. Yeah, I would have been happy if they just, like, I don't know, repainted this and just added on to Earthrise. But I mean, it's better than what they have now. But I guess they had reasons, I'm not sure, but I'm for this one. Well, let's get into the transformation. They both have pretty much the same transformation. There are slight differences, and I think in Earthrise there are some improvements. So the first thing you're going to want to do is fold the fists in, then you fold the heels in. These heels do tend to come off, especially in the Siege one. So I mean, they tighten things up definitely in this Earthrise. So and it's a smoother transformation. So you're going to remove the backpack, tilt it up all the way, and you can open this a little bit, just like that. And then these, oh, you know what? One thing I forgot about it. The gun has to be attached because it is a part of the transformation. So once you attach it and see how it's flush, like I mentioned before you do that, after you do it, but I just skipped a step. You just have to turn this, you have to invert this cannon here. So we have this and that, and bring this up here like that, and his hips twisted at 180, and yeah, so you're gonna want to open these panels right here. This one opens too. Tilt it sideways. Now this is a funky hinge. I don't know, just weird, but yeah, you want to take this, bend it here, keep your thumb here, and bend it back just like, and it fits right in there, and then you just close it right here, and that should go like that. Same thing here on this side. You take this hinge here and you bend it, but you want this horizontal, so you want to get a hold of this so it doesn't bend with it, and you just twist it. See, it starts to twist. Just keep your thumb there, and you twist this in just like that, so it looks like this folds in. It's kind of weird to get used to, but that's what he does. Now for this front part, you want to fold it forward, make sure these little tabs are in here like that. Snaps right in, and there's nothing here, so you want to fold these in and connect them just like that. Yep. And these black parts of his fist will be sticking out, so you want to make sure the just connects right there from one arm to the other. There. Now you take the last part, one of the last parts, you take this little portion here and you just fit it in here. And you may have to open this up a little bit so it clears his chest plate, and probably bring it out a little more. There are these little, let me just unsnap it a little bit and then put it in. And once it's close enough, you can probably snap these in too, right here, and it just goes together. It actually feels good when you transform this time. Yeah, so I believe this is in all the way. See, this is what I was talking about. I have to put pressure on the hinge there because it's uneven here. So, my bad, people. Let me undo this and twist this back. I believe it's this way. So they're both even, and there. Okay, now it closes just nicely. And it snaps back in just like this. Now, the last part is, and there's some nice detail. I'll explain that is the difference between Siege and Earthrise. But this little part here goes in like that, and it snaps in. Goes in right here in this little cavity. Let me give you a better look. Right there. That's where this blade goes in, and it snaps in real tight, just like that. And this little shield here is made to cover his back here. And you'll see why they did it in a second. So there are these two little parts here. It'll fit right in. Shove one side in, and the other side will fit right in. And there. It's in. Ooh. Okay, so here we go. This is, well, let me tuck this in. Yeah, this is Earthrise Megatron in his alternate mode. Here is Earthrise Megatron in his tank mode, and let's wheel in Siege Megatron just to show you the pros and cons. And you know, well, first off with this one, you can see the detail in, because it's his review, you know. Yeah, you can see like the tank treads are connected. It looks pretty, I won't say seamless, but it looks pretty together. You know, it's nice and tight. Actually, it's a really tight fit on both sides. They have some Decepticon decal, nice little decal there. Here on the detail, there's a nice little detail here on the side that isn't. This is definitely new to this version of Megatron in comparison to the Siege one, because there isn't this detail there. This is like his armpit, and they didn't really add anything there. You see this when his arm definitely folds out, and it was a nice touch that they added there just to decorate. And you know, when I saw this, when they first revealed this, I never got, I mean, it seems like a targeting design, but I don't know, I just never got this design. It's kind of ugly. But what is nice is this detail here that they put in the front of the tank, because there is very little of that in this Siege one here. If you look and compare both front panels there, there's better lighting there. And like I mentioned before, here are those tank treads here. There's partitioned into 4 parts. And this is more like a hover tank, yeah. And you know, with the Earthrise, yes, this is connected, and that's what keeps it together. They do have little tabs here that puts it in. And while we're here, a big difference, and it was a downer at first, but I kind of see what they were going with, that you can see more of Megatron's head here is more hidden on the Siege version, which is, I guess it's all right. You really have no business looking under his tank. I mean, who wants to fly with a tank? I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, that is a difference in the paneling here, and yeah, this is a little out, but pop that in. But yeah, he does hide. It kind of does look funny that he's kind of like peeking, you know, looks like he's peeking out of a blanket or something. But yeah, this is more open, and let's look at the back. I have the sniffles, excuse me. The back, here's that back shield there. You can hardly see anything, whereas in the Siege version, you can pretty much see his junk, you know, all of it. Yeah, you could see back there, and I guess they wanted to cover that up. I mean, I really never paid attention to it. Perhaps they just wanted something to add to the monstrosity that his weapon is right here. I don't know, so just to make it look better. So it kind of looked like some kind of riot shield of sorts. But yeah, they put the panel here, and I guess it helps. You know, it definitely adds to this. It gives it that earth quality, earth-like quality. And you know, on top of the tank treads, they have this detail here that isn't in the. So there is a different detail that they added on the tank treads too. Yeah, so it's definitely different, and it is actually wider in a way. You know, if you look, this is definitely wider than the Siege tank treads. But yeah, I mean, another downer, isn't it, with both, is that, you know, you really can't point upwards. You know, I guess you can aim from a distance. You really can't tilt this cannon up, and that's I mean, I guess you can't do that with Megatron to begin with in this, and not maybe in others, yeah, but that's one downer. But yeah, here's that barrel too. It does look more Earth-like, but I just, you know, this sniper tank cannon is badass. And you look, it looks like it has ammo clips here, like an LMG from Call of Duty or something. Yeah, so I just love the detail on this, and even the color, the paint job and stuff is great. Yeah, this is it. Let me transform him back just to show you. You know, I don't even think I showed you the articulation on it, but they're both the same in that sense. But you know, I'll show it to you anyways once I transform him into his robot mode. So first things first, you remove this weapon here. This little pops up. It's really tight. You take this out. There, comes right off. Put it to the side, and I think it's a lot easier. Bring them back. So you break this up, work on the legs if you want, take these panels out, fold them out here. I'll show you what that is. It just comes out like that. And that gives the legs a little room to bend out. Bends out just like that. Make sure I have the right end. I think it's that end, yeah, just like, I believe it was there. Okay, so now it's there, close it up. Let's try to do this a little smoother. Yep, this will come out here. There we go. Just keep pressure on here so it doesn't turn as you're turning it. So that goes there. Bend this down. That's what happened. Let me turn this back here. One side bends more than the other. So there. Now it comes down. So you rotate the hips at 180, and there. His legs are set. You can open the heels up if you'd like, just like that. Make sure you have enough room to bring those heels back up. There. There we go. The legs are straight. Now for the upper body. So once you have his legs in order, what you're going to do is you're going to take these snap these off. And you can pull that apart just like that. And pull it apart as high as you can, because you want to make room for these arms to come in. So you undo these cannons here. This, you disconnect it from the side that's not flush. So you want to keep it on his left side, or at least I think it goes on his left, and I'm pretty sure it does. That's where he shot Ironhide from. So in the movie, I mean. So this will come up like that. His arms will fold in. They snap in just like that, nice and tightly, and this will fold back. Back will go in. You fold these two parts in, bring his head a little up, and last thing, you unfold his fists, and then for his weapon, take this here, and this little groove here goes right on his cannon, right there. You put it anywhere you want. Put it back here if you'd like. He does have a cannon here in the G1. This does pop off easily, so you can do this, leave it there if you'd like. But I don't know, it's just kind of too unlike the G1 for me. Kind of too long, so yeah, definitely I like it better as a blade. Right here, so yeah, here's his shield slash cannon slash blade, and here he is. So, articulation-wise, it's the same thing. He has the ankle tilt. He can bend the knees regularly. He has shoulder rotation here. It's on hinges. His head is on a ball joint. I can look up and down. She looks very well here, up and down. Tilted all the way up and stuff. You can't really tap him down like the Siege. He can bend his elbows at a 180. Oh, I forgot one little detail about his transformation. Yeah, bring out the gun. Yeah, so yeah, that's as far as his elbow bends. He has shoulder articulation there. This does get in the way, and it's interesting. This folds down in the Siege. Just one little detail, one little change. So I mean, I don't know. If it folds down, it tends to not get in the way as much. And he does rotate. Oops, this came out again. This does rotate at the. He does rotate at the waist at a nice 360. You can rotate at the hips, rotate at the bicep or the elbow joint. I don't think at the bicep, just at the elbow joint. You can rotate that at a 360. And yeah, he's not so bad. If I were to pick one, I'd pick the Siege Megatron over this one. But I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. It's a decent Megatron, but there are better ones out there, you know. So this has been my review of War for Cybertron Trilogy, Earthrise, Megatron, Voyager Megatron. And if you like the content on this channel, please drop a like, subscribe. It would help this channel out greatly. Also, ring that bell for notifications of future content from this channel. I'm Optimus Frank, and thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.